let's take a look at all the blocks you'll have access to in the Space Engineers 2 Alpha. Now, it's very important to tell you that this is an alpha build, so some of these blocks do have limited or no functionality. And of course, as the alpha build progresses and the development continues, these blocks will gain extra functionality, more blocks will be added, and we'll be taking feedback on board from you guys as well. This is the whole point of developing Space Engineers in this way, is to listen to community feedback and develop this game with you as you play it, so Space Engineers 2 can be the best game possible. Let's start with the bread and butter of Space Engineers 2 Alpha. That is the armor pieces. So of course we've got heavy armor, light armor, we have the 50cm cubes, and we have the 25cm detailing cubes, and we've got quite a variety of these blocks. Not completely everything that we've got in Space Engineers 1 at the moment, but more blocks will come, of course. On top of this, let's go over to this side and have a look at the catwalk pieces. We've got 3 catwalk variants, and behind them we have got a ramp and a stair variant. A lot of these blocks have detailing on the underside or side, so you could use these in quite a creative manner as well to fill up other areas of your ship. Moving on to the lighting, of course, we've got a corner light and a flat light here, as well as 2 large and small spotlight variants. Moving on to the button panels, we've got the classic 4 button and a singular button right here, crammed with detail. Behind these we've got the armored blast block, so you could take cover behind this piece. We've got some railing pieces, and now we move on to the interior walls that come in different variants. This is a quick way of detailing up a corridor, and these have a real nice fracture to them when they are shot with the debug gun. I recommend you test that out. Moving on, we've got some pillar variants. We've got a triangle, a small cylindrical one, a larger cylindrical one, as well as a nice girder piece. And we've got a whole variety of different windows. And remember, there is no large or small grids anymore, so you can combine all these grids to create pretty much infinite possibilities. Now, as we reach the end of this row here, we have the antennas. We've got this massive big antenna here, and we've got this dinky little one there as well. We've got the cockpit next to that as well, and then we've got the helm located there. Now we're moving on to the reactors, and you can notice the reactors have these lovely spinning animated details going on the side of them, and the large one also features that there as well. A lot of these larger blocks also feature a big red button that you could wire up to stop the thing. And then we've got solar panels, both a large and smaller variant there, a bit chunkier than the Space Engineers 1 solar panels. Next up we have a door, and I do warn you, this door doesn't have any functionality just yet. And then we're moving on to the gravity generator. You can see there's some rotating parts there. This one also features a really cool curved screen as well. Next up we have the gun that has no functionality at all. We have the drill that really creates some beautiful sparks when it starts mining an asteroid or mining someone else's ship. Then we have the med bay. Now this med bay is really cool because you can of course build inside it just like you can with many of the other blocks here in Space Engineers 2. And we've got these little terminals. Of course, more functionality will be added to this block as it comes over time. Then next up, we have the refinery block. This is quite a big deal. Of course, no functionality because survival has not been implemented just yet, and these blocks are very likely to change. But you can see the idea of where they're thinking about placing these connection ports. Next up is the assembler. This assembler is quite nice because it's got 2 of these 3D printing windows, one on the side and one on the front. So if you wanted to use this block in a different sort of format, you could do. Now moving on to landing gears, we've got of course the tiny dinky little landing gear for locking your ship down, and we've got this much larger variant as well, and these stay quite true to the classic variant with this sort of strong locking landing gear leg. Then we've got various thrusters. We've got a small thruster, a slightly larger one, and then we've got 2 much larger variants and a double one here as well. They have this beautiful blue sort of glow illumination to them that really stands out as an ion thruster. Now, we have had a look at gyroscopes before, but it does come in the tiny 25cm variant. We've got this slightly bigger one, and we've also got the much larger one here at the back. This one also features some cool detailed panels on inside as well, so make sure you do have a look around these blocks when you get your hands on them. And finally, we have the cargo containers. We've got this ginormous one, we've got this middle-sized one, and this much dinkier one as well. Each of these is packed with beautiful details from our designers and artists. So there you go, they're the blocks that will be available to you in the Space Engineers 2 Alpha. Space Engineers 2's alpha is now available for pre-order, and it will be releasing on the 27th of January. So if you want to find out some more information, hit the link in the description and have a look at what Space Engineers 2 has to offer.